Good afternoon. Today is the 28th of September and here we are at the Milton Keynes Museum for the 2025 British Leyland Autumn Rally. I do apologise in advance if I get things wrong, if I fall over, if I get interrupted by wind noise and announcements and things like that. I'm afraid just the way that it goes in this channel. So we've arrived in an area where there's lots and lots of Allegros, Allegro variants, and also land crabs. So we shall have a look and see what we can find. Very late Allegro here, Allegro 3 1.3 HL 8283 registration. Allegro stopped being made in 1982 and they were replaced, I think, on the production line by the Maestro from memory. At least that's what replaced them. I don't know if one was built at Lombridge, one at Cowley. I think Maestro was at Cowley actually. And then another late Allegro here, again sort of 82, 83 registration on a Y. Looks like again it's a 1.3. What I really want is a late Allegro 3 with those quad headlamps, but I don't think there's one of those here this year actually. Sometimes there is. Yeah, also 1.3 HL, they're both the same specification, these two cars. By contrast, you've got a 1500 Super. This is a much earlier car. It's not a Cortex steering wheel car. We'll probably see one of those today, but if this isn't one of them, you can see the wheel is round. So early, I think Series 2 with a grille like that, sort of 1975-76 on a P. So we have from the Allegro 1.5 Super to a Morris 1800 3273 registration. I think this is the Mark III version. Still quite plain inside and things like that. Not an awful lot of luxury going on, but you know, the average car at the time wasn't that luxurious in comparison with modern day, was it? Interesting. So this is an Austin version, but it's a Mark II. You can see the grills are quite different between a Mark III and a Mark II. Mark II came in like August '68 it was. This one 71, 72 on a K. I drove one of these actually years ago in 2022 it was. It was a while ago now. And I quite enjoyed it. There you go, it says in the back, Mark II. I was right for once, viewers. Not often right, but very occasionally I tend to be. So, Wolsley 1885 automatic, 1968-69 registration. This is more like it, viewers, a bit more sort of in a way of luxury. We've got plusher seats and things like that. There is the gear lever just there, you can just see through the rain. It was very wet earlier on today, viewers, unfortunately, but it's dried up since, which is nice. Next you've got a Morris badge version here. It's quite sporty like that with the road style wheels and the front fog lamps, or the ice warning things, I can't remember now. 71, 72 on a K, with red interior. That is, yes, it's an 1800S, you've got a bit more power in one of those. Next you've got a Wolsley 6. Now this is the most luxurious version of Land Crab they did, actually. This is quite a late one, 74, 75 registration. So about the last year they made these, they were discontinued in favour of what was the Wolsley Saloon they were called, which later became the Princess. Lots and lots of luxury. This one's actually a manual, you get the automatic one as well. We've got another Wolsley 6 here as well. This is an earlier one, 72, 73 on an L, in this beautiful sort of purple colour. This one is an auto. And next you've got another 1800S. This one's got a private plate tonight. I think it's about the same as the white one. Be around sort of 1971. Vinyl roof, very nice wheels. Looks very sporty actually, this particular S, isn't it? Looks fabulous, and got the layer dam on it. Again, a very late one here, 74, 75, it's Morris 1800. In comparison with the S model on the Wolseley 6, these standard ones do look very plain. I think that was one of the main criticisms of them when they came out, was they just looked a bit on the plain side. Very roomy though. And we've got another 1800S actually, this one, on a J, so 70 to 71. Tons and tons of space in these in comparison with the size of the car. I mean, remarkable packaging in comparison with a lot of the cars today. And then we've got this one, which is a Mark III, 7172 registration, in green. I like that colour very much, serious. That's it's most agreeable. Despite the weather views, there's quite a few cars here, including this Equipe. There's actually 3 Allegro Equipes here, which is remarkable. They're incredibly rare cars, the Equipes. They were sort of special edition, sort of 79 to 80. You can see this one is a Series 3. There's also a Series 2 Equipe here, all about 79 to 80. The facelift for Allegro 3 was sort of late 79, I think it was. Lovely alloy wheels and things. This is a real rarity. This is not a factory standard car at all. This is a Van Pla, which had some changes. It's been converted perhaps to a 3-door shell, and then with a roof cut off. So that's crazy. It's quite an early one as well. Actually, it's a 75. This particular car. So it's what we call a Mark 1. The contrast here is that actually we've got a Mark III Van Pla here. So we've got both the latest and the earliest variants. The Mark IIIs were not built at the Kingsbury Works like all the other Van Plas were. They were actually built in Abingdon.
So there's obviously the 3 there.
That should have, I think, a 1.5 and 1.7 badge on the back, but it doesn't, which is interesting. Van Pla by Crayford.
I know, like on the
I didn't realise actually that Crayford built these, but they did, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's an automatic. Wow, that's incredible. Then we've got another Allegro 3, which is sort of 81, 82 registration, 1.5 HL in vermilion. Very nice. Yeah, Series 3. Still no quad headlamps here, so I think we've got one here today. Another Van Pla, another Mark 1. Again, sort of 75, I think. Yeah, but Tastic it would be. This one's an auto. I've driven a Van Pla 1500. I drove one last year. I've also driven an Allegro Estate and a Series 1 Allegro as well, which belongs to Alex from Alex's Assets, who's around here somewhere. And another Van Pla. This is a Mark II, 1977-78. Looks very nice, viewers. The Van Pla interiors are beautiful. This one's got a beige leather interior with wooden picnic tables. Could you actually get any better in life than this? Oh, viewers. Oh, I didn't think we had one of these, but we do. Yes, please, viewers. Here we go. Allegro 3 with quad headlamps. Very, very tasty, viewers. Very, very tasty indeed. 80 to 81 registration on a W. I think this is just a 1.3, but it's an HLS from memory. Oh, sorry, it's a 1.5 HL. Sorry. Do apologise. There's another one of these that goes around, which is a 1.3 HLS. And then we've got some more Allegro Equipe action. We've got 2 more here, both the same 7980 registration. Looking fabulous. They're all 1750s, I think. Halfway between, really, like a Series 2 and a Series 3. They've not got the Series 3 rear lights, but they have like a Series 3 front end. So I don't really know, viewers. That's something for someone else to sort of point out rather than me. Another Van Pla here. I can't remember if this is a 1.5, 1.7. The Mark IIIs had both, actually, depending on whether we had a manual or automatic. Another Allegro. There's a very nice selection of Allegros here indeed today, viewers. 79 to 80 on a T. The 3 doors tended to be less common, although they did make them, I think, until the end actually. A Cylinder Deluxe, it's right at the bottom. And then where is Rick from Austin Allegro Agatha? He's somewhere around here. I've met him actually today. And he's bought Agatha 278 500 Super. I've not seen Agatha in quite some time actually, so it's a delight to actually see her out today. Then another Series 3. Some interesting mirrors on this one. And some louvres at the back. Two more Series 3s, two 1.3 HLs, 1980 to 81 on a W. With no head restraints. It's a bit mean, isn't it, of you to buy your own head restraint? It's a bit cheap, isn't it? And then 82, 83 on a Y. Quite a bright colour this, isn't it? Bright colour. Quite a sort of nice looking car, really. Got some Rover 100s and Metros here. This one's in Tahiti blue. It's a very late one. Production of these finished December 97, although lots registered in 1998. That is a 114 SLI, so it's second from the top in terms of luxury. Then we've got a Cabrio, which is 96, 97 on a P. Very few Rover 100s had rev counters for some reason. I don't know why, but they didn't give them to many of them at all. Some of the GSIs had them, but some of them didn't. Next, you've got a much earlier car. This is a MG Metro 1300. Sort of 1988, 89 on an F. Then a lovely early Rover Metro GTI with these sort of lightning fabric seats and these lovely wheels, which I think were shared with the later MGs. GTI 16 valve. Yeah, 1990 to 1991 registration. Another 114 SLI. This is on a very late registration, this 1998, 1999 registration, although production finished December 97, so still had plenty of these around apparently. I forget the name of this colour now. The Metro City van from Southern Electric. The original design Metro van actually wasn't discontinued in 1992, so you do see some of these on sort of J plates sometimes. Another Rover 100 Cabrio in flame red, 1995-96 registration. Then a GTA. This I see a lot of, this particular car. It lives down in the south, near where I'm from. 94-95 on an M. But another GTI 16 valve, but a later one. 94-95 on an M, same as the GTA. And we got a rev counter, so we're doing well. I think it says the memory, I think it's the 103 brake horsepower engine in these. And then we've got two early Metro Vanden Plas. One of them I drove, this one, in 2021. It belongs to a chap called Steve, who's very nice. Registered down, I think, someone in Bournemouth this one was. This one here, again, very similar. This one's had some different wheels put on it, I think, or upgraded wheels. You can see they are Vanden Plas wheels, but this one's got the sort of lower spec Vanden Plas wheels. Otherwise, they're exceptionally similar. I think Steve's one's a 1983, yes it is. He's actually got more power in this. It's been modified to about 85 horsepower, so when I drove it, it absolutely flew. As you can see in here, we've got both sets of wheels. We've got sets of wheels in the boot and a set of wheels on the car. They're different. This started life as a Knightsbridge, but it's not one now. You can see all the body kit on it and the wheels and things. It's been upgraded significantly. 1997 registration. Probably, that wheel's off like a late 25. So I think we've got a lot more power in there than a sort of 1.1 or 1.4. Then another Rover 100. This one, it's another Knightsbridge SE. And we've got an MG Metro from the mid-80s, this one, 86, 87 registration. Which has some really natty wheels. I like those wheel series. They are very appealing. And then a Rover Metro. This is like a sort of 1.1 or 1.4, isn't it, probably? I think we need a bit of bodywork doing, viewers. I think probably we do, don't we? If we need to go through the next MOT. 1.1C, what? Just how much I know, viewers. I'm going to get out of here before my ignorance is discovered. Then we've got something very, very rapid. Oh, yes. Yes, please. A Montego Estate with a T-Series turbo in it. That would be very, very, very quick. Obviously, you couldn't get them standard, but that has been modified. Montego Estate actually do drive quite well. I drove one recently. The one I drove is in the road down there somewhere. Would you like those? This is a very late Montego actually. It's a 94, 95 on an M. But we've got a 2-litre EFI Maestro with this actually should have maybe some later wheels on it. Maybe these are the early wheels on it. Looks slightly not quite right to me, but I could be wrong. Maybe it did have those originally, but I'd expect to see wheels like this on it, to be honest, like on this turbo. They're both of 88, 89. Turbos are very rare, and they fetch a lot of money. A nice turbo is going to be up towards sort of £10,000 to £15,000 now. Next, we've got an early Maestro Mayfair. These came with the dashboard was revised in February '86. This is the later dash, which is like a Montego style dashboard. Mayfairs are nice. I drove one fairly recently, I think a few years ago, but I prefer the Van der Pla because that's just me. More modifications going on here with this 1990-1991 Maestro. Someone obviously loves their Maestro very much. It's Clubman. Been skipping through some cars I talk about the channel views. We ended up at this lovely, lovely MG Maestro Turbo. Yes, please. 1989 to 1990 registration. I've driven a 2-litre EFI MG Maestro, but not the Turbo, which would be a very nice car to drive, but they are quite rare. We've got another MG here in left-hand drive. Presumably this is a 2-litre, and it's come all the way from Belgium with some nice yellow fog lamps as well. Brilliant. So earlier Maestro here, this is one of the older dash ones. It's a 1.3L from 1983 to 84. 89 to 90 Maestro 1.3. Most of the later ones were quite low in specification, like this one, with the sort of less fancy bumpers. Ah yes, the 1988 Montego 1.6L that I drove on No Budget Reviews just last month with National Rust. This car has had an interesting life. It was recently put back on the road. Remy, who owns this, is somewhere here around, and he's been looking after it and recommissioning it, and he let me have a go, which is very nice of him. But to skip some cars for reviews, because we can't talk about them, but we'll go on to these 1100 and 1300s. This is a 1973 Austin 1300 Countryman Mark III, so quite late actually on, because the Allegro came out in 73 as well. Very nice condition actually this. You don't see too many of the Countrymans or the Travellers. The Morris version of the estate was called the Traveller. Next to it we've got something very nice, a 1300 GT. I drove one of these a while ago. It was also this colour. It was a 71 I think the one I drove was. This is a bit later, sort of 71, 72. This is Austin badge one. And here is the Traveller. Actually these are both Travellers, these two. Both Morris 1300 Travellers. This is a late one in blaze red. This is sort of 1972, 73. With bits of fake wood, because of course. And this is a little bit earlier. This is a 71, 72. In lime flower. The lime flower interior. Excellent. So many different versions of the 1100. So many different ones. I've driven a couple. I've driven an Austin 1100 and an Austin 1300 GT. But no more so far. 19 1965 MG 1100. You could either get a 2-door or a 4-door. This is a 4-door. Another Morris Traveller. This is the 1100 Traveller. Of course, you could get a Morris 1000 Traveller and a Morris 1100 Traveller around this sort of time, because the Morris Miners were commonly referred to as the Morris 1000s. Then another Austin 1300 2-door, 1970-172. Austin 1300 4-door, 1971-72. Austin 1300 2-door in this sort of purple colour. I can't remember what the name of this colour is now. 1972-73. Oh, it's got purple seats as well. Someone's actually had those made, haven't they? It's bucket seats, so they've been made by somebody else. Let's try to fall over around here, viewers. It's a bit hazardous, but we shall manage, as we always do. Mark 3. So, this one's a Morris. It's like a Mark 2 to me. Mark 2 came in 1967. Yes, it is. 67, 68 registration. Or another 1300 GT. This one won the award actually here a while ago. 72, 73 on an L. Beautiful, beautiful condition, a beautiful colour. Likes the light is what I like you to see outside of the museum. Excellent. Then another Vanden Plas. Beautiful. 7172 registration.
It might.
Complete with a beige leather interior and wood. And a Panama hat. Excellent, viewers. I do like a nice beige leather interior, viewers. Ideal colour combination for me for a 1300. Wolsley 1300, I think this is a 69 from memory. Oh, there we go. No, 68, I do apologise. It's in two-tone. In fabulous condition. Then a 1966 MG 1100. That is beautiful as well. Probably fully restored that, but it looks in superb condition. And then an even earlier one. This is a non-suffix plate, so what, that's 63, something like that. Then a Mark II 2-door MG 1300. Lovely. And the last one in the ADO 16 collection here is the Morris 1100. Very early one actually. These came in 63. The Austins were the first, and then the Morrises came in a little bit later. But yeah, all the features of the early cars. That's lovely actually. Since we're here, why don't we have a look at some Maxis? Quite a few here today. That was loads. This one is a 1978-79 on a T with an arch that somebody wants to get fixed. Maxi Webster. Don't know what that means really, viewers. 1750. Five-speed gearbox. This is an early one. This is a cable change one. 69 to 70 on an H. I forget the name of this colour now. Someone's fitted some different front seats to this one and some different wheels. We've got a slightly later one here, 7172 on a K. It's a rod change car. The one I drove, which was many years ago now, I think 2022, was a K plate like this, a early rod change car, 1750. Then we got another 1750 here, 78, 79. I think by this stage they were using hydrogas rather than hydroelastic. Around that sort of time, I think 77 they changed over. This is the best 1750 base model. 1750 HL. Again, sort of 71, 72 on a K. Next to a Maxi 2. Now Maxi 2 only lasted about a year. They were 1980 to 81 only, and the facelift should have come in a lot earlier. I don't know why it didn't. They were only made, the Maxis, until the middle of 1981. This is an 81 car, which for sale. Call 07757 716 859. Series offers only. I don't know what a series offer would be for a Maxi 2, to be honest, viewers. Any ideas in the comment section below? We've got another 1750 here, 7778 on an S. Quite basic with no head restraints in it. Next we've got another one. I've seen this car before somewhere. I can't remember where. I forget. 78, 79 on a T. Probably 1750. The 1500s were discontinued in 79, so there's not actually that many in comparison to 1750s. No, it is a 1750. But another Maxi 2, 81, 82 registration. This is the L, but I just called it Maxi 2L because the 1.5s weren't in production by this stage. So one of the very last ones this would be. And then you can see actually this is a 1980 car, but it's not a Maxi 2. There is a 1980 car as well, but it is a Maxi 2, or maybe an 81. This looks like it's one of the posh ones actually. This is, I think, an HLS. It is. I was actually right for once. Oh, someone's got a rear wiper on that. Amazing. Right, don't fall over here, viewers. It's very easy to and get speared on a ploughshare. Another L. Do we actually have any high specification Maxi 2s here at all today, or are they all almost a base model? I don't know, viewers. And we got the what was the Austin Rover logo, which of course Maxi's never a part of it because they were discontinued before Austin Rover existed. And contrast here with 69, one of the very first Maxis here actually, were launched I think the spring of 69, so one of the very first of the cable change ones. Brilliant. Anyway, I'll do for now. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video and comment below, and we shall see you again in part 3 for some more incorrect information.